When you're dealing with a sucky part, you count it all joy. You count it all joy because you know what's going to happen on the other side of it. That's what you do. There is no happiness when you're going through a trial.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, my friends, as always, for joining me. What happens when you're going through crap? What do you do? That's what we're going to talk about on today's episode. I'm currently going through some stuff. I am. And you guys might have kind of figured it out from the last podcast. I'm not going to share all the details because things aren't settled out yet. But here's the deal. This is not the first time I've gone through things. It's not the first time you've gone through things. But how are you handling things as you're going through things? Can I tell you something? As an entrepreneur, and I think someone that has had a great deal of success, I really believe that the reason why I've had success, besides the main thing, is the grace of God give me favor, grant me safety and peace, and carrying me through trials. I truly do believe it's because I've held on to this verse, meaning that no matter what you're going through, understand that you're human, you're going to go through stuff. My pastor said, you're either about to go through a trial, you're going through a trial, or you're about to come out of a trial. Okay. Either way, you're going through stuff. And what are you anchoring to? So this is the perspective that I'm taking. And the perspective is this. It's actually James chapter 1, verses 2-4. And it says this: count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet various trials, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. You got it? James chapter 1, 2-4 says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet various trials, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. Here's what I know. I know when you go through trials, it's going to test your faith. When you go through trials, it's going to test a lot of things. And we don't know how the trials are going to turn out. But what we do know is we know that if you can get through the trial, on the other side, you are going to become either more resilient, you're going to become more spiritually mature, you're going to become more patient, you're going to have a strong relationship with God, you're going to become physically more resilient, you're going to become emotionally more capable. Good things are going to come on the other side of the trial, but you got to go through the trial. But while you're going through the trial sucks. So what are we doing in a trial when you're dealing with a sucky part? You count it all joy. You count it all joy because you know what's going to happen on the other side of it. That's what you do. There is no happiness when you're going through a trial. And as entrepreneurs, as just people, not even just entrepreneurs, people, as we're dealing with things, it can be very difficult. It can be very hard. It can be very, very, very stressful. But on the other side of it, usually a lot of good happens. Now, just think about things that you've gone through, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like, oh my gosh, this is awful. You're going through it. You're like, my life's over. I don't know what to do. Okay. But then now we're 5-10 years later. Like, are you a more resilient person? Are you someone that didn't think you could handle what it is that you are going through, but now you realize, oh my gosh, I can handle that thing? Like, that's what I mean by count it all joy. I believe that's what the word is meaning by that. And I think there's a lot of power in that, I think a lot of times when we're going through stuff, we think it's so catastrophic and we feel like there's never going to be any end in sight and this is it. And, and really it's like and again, maybe I don't have enough experience, but I'm 48 years in the game. And I realized that every single time when I thought, oh my gosh, like this can't get any crazier or worse or whatever, it's like on the other side, man, so many amazing things happen. I mean, and I'm talking about internally within me. I become stronger. The things that I deal with today would have broken me 25 years ago. But today it doesn't break me. Why? Because I've gone through various trials, and through those trials, I become more resilient, more robust, more, stronger. I just like I can handle things better. And I really believe that that's the difference between people that are able to get to different levels, higher levels, and those that can't. It's just that we've gone through various trials, and when we go through those trials, we become more steadfast. It's really it. And so that's really exciting. I mean, if you take on that perspective, that's really exciting. that if you're going through crap right now, you will, not now, not, you definitely don't feel it, but you will become more steadfast. You'll become more resilient. You become more patient. You'll become much more mature, and it will allow you to attract a different level of people because you are more spiritual. You're more resilient. You're more mature, and you're going to be able to help more people. You're going to be able to attract more people. You're going to be able to have stories to be able to pull more people to you and for you to just be a greater vessel for Christ. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So even when you're going through it, you can count it all joy. Just something I want to share with you guys, something I want you all to understand that I'm leaning on right now during not optimal times, at least in present day. And, most of the time you don't hear people talking about this stuff in real time. They talk about it after the fact, and then they write a book about it or whatnot. Anyways, by the way, my book is coming out. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll talk about that on the next episode. But I just want to remind you guys of that. And just hang in there, man. Hang in there and try to be introspective of whatever it is that you're going through. And you might not have all the answers now, but and maybe we'll never have all the answers. But just understand that you're being refined and you're being renewed. I love you guys. Till next time.